My second point, I think, or the take is, console should be the main focus for Fortnite in terms of competition and competitive.
God damn it.
And everything else, everything on PC, everything else should be used for like marketing, entertainment, streamer bowls, etc. Box fight cups, maybe a one-off elite cup, but everything should be pushed over to console, like the CD.
All right. So, Speedy, how do you feel? I got him out of here. I got him out of here. I got him out of here.
Are you kidding me?
This man's sus on us. He's gone, Bala. We got him out of here.
Dog. What did he even? No, man.
He said all competitive should go to. Oh, he has permissions. He can get back in here.
Yes, sir.
I'm scared. Say it.
We can talk about the prize pool split. Or do we have someone else who wants to talk about the prize pool? We got someone else who wants to talk about the prize pool split.
Why don't we talk about the numbers?
Oh yeah, we do.
Why don't we talk about the fact that in Winter Royale, the major amount of people playing were all on console competing?
Yeah, duh! Because that's the major amount of player base.
Shyo, let me ask you. Let me ask you. What do you care about more? Like, what do you care about more? Do you care about? Do you personally?
Who cares about console?
PlayStation Store. Like, do you? This is just like a personal thing. Everyone has to decide for themselves, right? Do you care about the game having as big a player base as possible, or do you care about seeing, and they don't always have to be mutually exclusive, but in this case they are, or do you care about seeing Fortnite played at the highest possible level of competition that the game's mechanics and systems allow? Because that's what I want to see. When I tune into competitive events, that's the shit I want to watch. That's what I want to inject. You know what I'm saying? Like the best possible competition, not like the competition we deal with because that's where the players are.
I mean, it's you go ahead.
Yeah.
No. He just asked a direct. Sorry, before he speaks.
He's trying to dodge over here.
Response right now because this is personal. This is personal.
I mean, like you talk about direct highest level of competition, servers, C4, heavy sniper. Like that direct high level is out the window, man. Not even out the window. There's a gaping hole in my wall, and Epic employees are jumping in and out 24/7. Yo, Donald, see you soon, man.
Straight from the bottom, Speedy.
Like, straight up, bro. Like, you know, you talk about Epic highest level of competitions, we may as well just cater to the play base. Like, I'm talking about, you know, if we're making radical changes, we're talking bold takes. I mean, it makes sense.
I disagree because, like I still said, within the systems, right? Even with all of those issues, console cannot perform at the possible within that situation. You know, the highest possible level within that situation. It just can't. Even with all those issues. So it's still a little bit of a deflection, but you know.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Tim's point 100%. Like, I want to see 100 boogas in the lobby just shitting on each other, right? I want to see that. I want to see it at the highest level. I want to see. I'll watch NBA. I want to see people, I want to see people dunk on LeBron James, and then who's that guy? Wow, he just dunked on that guy, or like 3-point on, whatever. So yeah, we're talking the highest levels, but there's also viewership for college sports as well, right? That's kind of a huge market. Is that console equivalent? A console player tunes into Booga and he sees the mouse and keyboard keybinds instead of like the X, 0, triangle, whatever keybinds, and he's like, I'll never do that, man. That's only for mouse and keyboards. That's why controller players are popping whenever they stream, because they have that console community. Yeah. Like, if that guy can do that, then on his controller, then there's hope for me. I can do whatever that guy can do, right? Yeah. The concept comes where like you try to balance viewership with the actual sport, right? Bala is getting mad at me.
Big brain moment.
No. I'm just basically about to ask the question. So what is Unknown Army? Is he just chop liver? What is Aiden? Is he just chop liver? Like, are these guys like not showing off to controller players that they can do crazy things? Like, sure, they're on console, but like the game can be played that way. Like, if you want to do that, you can. What are these people to them? Are they just like completely irrelevant? You know what I'm saying?
So that's kind of to my point, right? They get the console viewership. Like, wow, this guy's nasty on controllers. So me as a console player, not me as anyone as a console player is going to tune into that stream, and just the viewership numbers are going to go up. You've seen this like anytime someone switches, like Nick Merckx back in the day got a lot of heat for switching off of console to PC, and people were confused. Like, what does that mean? Well, is he on mouse and keyboard now? But I feel like I don't know if his viewership took a hit for that
Didn't
week.
go-
It
No,
went up. Okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
He
Yeah.
just steadily grew from there.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what I'm talking
Not
about.
that he
right?
wasn't steadily growing before.
Yeah.
Right. True.
So people get mad that EU gets more prize pools, but they have more players. And even though like NA arguably has some of the best land warriors in the scene and some of the highest, like, let's call it like game sense or whatever. Mechanically, I think EU's better in general, like on average. But like in a land setting, I feel maybe the title shifted. I'm not sure over since World Cup. But generally, if the viewership and the player base is there, why would the money not be there? Or is Fortnite spoiled? And does this go to the concept of if the money's there, then kind of, I'm not saying pour more into console and then like Kanata switches to console because that's where the money's at. That's a separate argument. I don't think it should never go to that. It should never go to that level. And obviously, like console has some big issues, right? The FPS issues. They're playing with shadows on. They can't even like turn that off. How can they call that competitive? But if they're trying to go that route for that reasoning, I respect it. But actually take steps to make it somewhat competitive. Like if you have a console and you can plug mouse and keyboard, why is there input delay on my mouse and keyboard? And why are the drivers outdated on this console, on this PS4? Like actually make it competitive then if you're going to go that route. But if you're just throwing money at that, there's issues with it, Shio. This is neither here nor there, but yeah. Go ahead.
I was just saying we've got another caller who wants to talk about specifically the prize pool split and stuff, and so we'll be back on this topic of
We'll say that for last.
Console and PC here. So, Shio, thanks for bringing the takes, man. I acknowledge that you like to hold the devil's advocate position quite often. So I'm gonna ask you, man, straight up, were you playing devil's advocate here, or are you trying to get me to buy a new PlayStation?
I'm fully I'm a representative of Sony. I believe all these claims. These are
okay.
We're not sponsored by Sony, so
yeah.